Hello, Dad.
Hello.
Well, why don't you tell us about your day today?
Well, I got up early and went to my radiation treatment, and the young kids that run the radiation facility are very, very nice and helpful and courteous and just couple of sweet little girls. And so they got me out early, and then I didn't know about this, but they took me out to the bell, and it's a brass bell mounted on the wall with a plaque, and when you finish your treatment you ring the bell 3 times, and it's a tradition that was started by a Navy officer who took radiation there, and he told them that when you came back from a successful mission you rung this bell. Now what he didn't tell them is that if you ring the bell, then you have to buy a drink for everybody in the club. Now he didn't tell them that, but I know that that's the case. So I rang the bell, and since I wasn't in a bar, I didn't buy anybody a drink. Then we went to the lab and got some blood drawn, and the phlebotomist was grouchy and not very pretty and not very nice, but she was efficient. And when it comes right down to it, I'll take efficiency over courtesy anytime. And she just made one stab, and sometimes I'm kind of a hard stick.
Yeah.
And she just made one stick and got the blood real quick, and I was out of there in no time. And then we went down to the courtesy, room, what's the
hospitality.
The hospitality room, and we wasted probably a half an hour talking to somebody from Greenwood, Indiana.
Oh, how funny!
Well, he's going to Greenwood, Indiana for Thanksgiving, and his name is Greenwood.
Oh, funny!
Isn't that funny? And he was very talkative, and he lived in several little towns in southern Indiana, not too far from where the Davises are from. I think he was for a while at Princeton. Was it Princeton or?
I can't remember.
I don't. One of those towns down there, not too far from. Yeah, Owen County. That was earlier. He was in Owen County. He kind of told us his life story.
Yeah, but he's born in Greencastle.
Yeah, he was born in Greencastle, which is not southern Indiana, but apparently they moved to southern Indiana. Anyway, we sat down there, and I drank a couple cups of decaf and had some forbidden cookies, and then we went up to the 10th floor, and I didn't have an appointment till 11 o'clock. That's one reason why we were sitting down in the room down there drinking coffee. And lo and behold, they called me in immediately, and the PA that was looking at me came in, and all she had was the results of all my blood tests. And they check everything. There's a list a mile long. They check platelets and red blood cells, white blood cells, everything you can think of. And she said it was all excellent. Just super.
Yay!
And she said, "Do you have any symptoms?" And I lied just a little bit. I do have a couple of symptoms. I think I'm suffering a little bit from.
We won't show her this video.
No, you told her you had fatigue.
Did I tell her
Yeah,
I had a little
you
fatigue?
had mild fatigue.
Okay, I did. No, I told the other nurse. I didn't tell the PA.
Yes, you did.
Well, maybe I did. Anyway, she said, "Well, if you don't have any symptoms and everything's super on your results, then I'm not even going to check you out. Just go ahead." So we were out of there in no time, and
By 9:30.
by 9:30, and we could have been out there earlier, I suppose, if we'd gone on up. But anyway, we called Joyce, and she came and picked us up, and we came back to the rig, and I took a little practice nap.
That last.
So now, your grandkids would say that you don't look like Yoda.
I will.
You haven't lost your hair.
I will lose my hair. That is almost a guaranteed side effect.
Yeah.
And I don't know, sometimes it's later for some people than others, so I don't know when, but there's not a whole lot up there now, so
Yeah.
it's not going to take a whole lot of losing. Although they did tell me that they think I'll lose it all over, not just the top of my head. It'll be all the sideburns and everything will be gone. So I will look like Yoda. We came back here, and I went to sleep, and Janice and Joyce went shopping, and Janice bought something, believe it or not. She actually bought a blouse and a sweater, and they're very nice. The odds are 9 to 1 that she will not return either one of them, and that's really something.
So,
Walmart guy.
so Dad, what is your secret to surviving with cancer for so long?
I get a lot of help, and I get a lot of prayers from Methodists all over the country, and family, and a lot of friends, and the Blue United Methodist Church, and I've been able to keep a fairly cheerful attitude, and I have not been morose about the whole thing, and I have always felt like I'm, as they say, playing on house money.
What does that mean?
That means that I'm ahead. If you're sitting there playing blackjack, and I've done this, if you're sitting there playing blackjack, if you're playing on house money, that means you're ahead. You're playing on their money. You sat down with $100, and now you've got $200. So
Yeah.
So sometimes that makes you play a little looser, and you give them back the $100. That's what you generally do. That's what casinos are there for, to collect money, not to give money. So that's what they call playing on house money. And that means that I'm 75 years old. I've got 2 wonderful children and 4 beautiful grandchildren. And what more could you ask for?
I love you.
I love you.